Hey everybody, this is the fourth here, and in this video I just wanted to take a technical look at how mid-side processing works, and how exactly your mid-channel and your side channel are created. And this is something that I was pretty confused about when I first heard about mid-side processing. I knew that you had a left channel and a right channel in your stereo sound, but I couldn't quite figure out how exactly you convert that into a mid-channel and a side channel. And then a little bit later on, I discovered you could do mid-side processing using the Fruity Stereo Shaper. And the way the Fruity Stereo Shaper does it really helped me to understand how mid-side processing works. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing that information with you. So in a stereo sound, you have your left and your right channel. And we're going to do some math in this video. So we're going to call the amplitude of the left channel at any given point in the song L, and then the amplitude of the right channel at any given point is going to be R. And so to do mid-side processing using the Fruity Stereo Shaper, the first thing you want to do is load up the preset called Mid A-Side Splitter. And you can see what it does is it converts the sound into a mono waveform. So here's the original sound. And then here it is converted to mono. And the way it does this is by putting half of the amplitude of both channels through each channel. So it has merged the waveform to mono. And we can write this as the left channel being 0.5L plus 0.5R, and the right channel being 0.5R plus 0.5L. And now what you do using the Fruity Stereo Shaper to get the side channel is sidechain it. So I want to sidechain it to this side track here. And you should hear that it sounds like the original sound again. And if I turn off the side channel, you can hear it's mono again. So what exactly does this side chaining do? And the way it works is the Fruity Stereo Shaper will send the difference between the original track to the sidechained channel. So to give you a little bit of a better idea of what I'm talking about, if I load up the default stereo shaper and sidechain the difference, it's not going to send anything through this side track. Because the difference between the original, and I haven't made any changes, so this is basically the original again. There is no difference, so nothing is output into the side track. But if I mute the right channel in the stereo shaper, it will only have the left channel. So the difference between the original and the altered is going to be that right channel. And you'll see that I have the left channel in the mid track and the right channel in the side track. So the way it does this is it subtracts the amplitudes of your altered sound made with the Fruity Stereo Shaper from the original. So in the case of this mid-side processing setup, we end up subtracting the merged waveform from the original waveform. So in the original waveform, the amplitude of the left channel was represented as L, and we are subtracting the mid channel from that. So we are subtracting 0.5L plus 0.5R from L, and this gets the left channel of our side track, which is 0.5L minus 0.5R. And in the right channel, we are subtracting 0.5R plus 0.5L from our original amplitude, which was R. And if we do that, we get 0.5R minus 0.5L. So our mid channel is mono, and our side channel ends up being an inverted waveform. Because if you look at the left and the right, you'll see that the left is 0.5L minus 0.5R, and the right is 0.5R minus 0.5L. And those are just opposite each other. And if I solo the side track, you can kind of hear that. It's really wide. And if I merge the side track to mono, adding up the left and the right channel together, you'll see that it ends up being 0 and no sound is output from the side channel. And now if we add our mid channel and our side channel back up, let's see what happens. So for the left channel, when we add the mid and the side, we will get 0.5L plus 0.5R, and we are adding that to 0.5L minus 0.5R. So we end up getting L plus 0, or just L. And in the right track, when we add up the mid and the side, we have 0.5R plus 0.5L, and we add that to 0.5R minus 0.5L. And if we do that, we end up getting just R. So you can see when we add them back up, it recreates our original waveform perfectly. And if you make any changes using an EQ or some other kind of effect in your mid-side processing chain, then, that's not really going to be the case as much. But if you just leave it alone, it will be the case. And this is why it works. This is why you can have a mid channel and a side channel and process them separately. So I thought that was really cool when I found it out. So that's how mid-side processing works in FL Studio. And if you go online and look up how it works, you might find different information. So I do want to address that as well in this video, because different, plugins, different workstations or whatever might be programmed to do things a little bit differently. So for this example, I'm going to be looking at this track, and the mid-side chain is already set up. And you can see it's a bit more complicated. So the other way you set up your mid and your side channels is by, I've routed the original track through each of these tracks, which are the mid and the side. And so if I turn off these and route them both back through the master, you'll be able to hear what they sound like. So in this example, the mid channel is still a merged to mono waveform. And if we're using the same labels for the amplitude at any given time of the left and right channels, what we will have in this example is the right channel being L plus R, and the left channel also being L plus R. And you can see that here. And you can see that the mid channel sounds like this. So you can hear that it's merged to mono. And now the side channel works a little bit differently. The side channel is a mono waveform as well. And so the left and the right channels of the side are going to be the same, but what they are is L minus R. So you can see here I have the amplitude of the left, and then here I am subtracting the amplitude of the right, and I am doing this in both channels. So the side channel ends up being L minus R in both the left and the right channels. And you can hear that it's actually mono and isn't that weird, really wide inverted sound. And you can hear the kick disappears in the side channel because the kick was entirely mono. But yeah. So now what we do is we don't route the mid or the side to the master track. What we do instead is we will route the mid through a left channel and a right channel. And so we send the output from the mid through the left and the right channel the same. And then what we do is in the left channel, we add the side channel, and in the right channel, we subtract the side channel. So the way I've done that is I've just routed the side channel through the left channel, and then I've routed the side channel to this channel just so that I can reverse the polarity, so I'm adding a negative of the side channel to the right channel. And in other words, I'm subtracting the side channel from the right channel. So when we convert it back, what we get in the left channel is the mid plus the side, or L plus R plus L minus R, and that simplifies to 2L. And then in the right channel, we get mid minus side. And so that's L plus R minus L minus R. And so that simplifies to 2R. And now you can see that our converted back waveform is the same, except the amplitude has been doubled. So I just used a fruity stereo shaper to bring that level down to half the amplitude. So now when we multiply that by 1/2, we get just L in the left channel and just R in the right channel. And that brings us back to our original sound. And you can compare this one, which isn't going through that mid-side chain, and it should sound exactly the same.
Yeah.
So hopefully that gives you a bit of a better idea of how mid-side processing is set up and how it works, and how you can even set up your own mid and side channels in FL Studio or other digital audio workstations. And hopefully I explained everything well enough. And yeah, it's not the most important thing to know, but this is the kind of stuff that I'm always interested in, and I figured it would be nice to share since I've, kind of figured it out and it makes sense to me. Some of you might be interested in the technical aspect as well.